Good morning. It is February 1st, 2020, and this is going to be a good broadcast of how I do plexiglass pieces, which is quite a bit different than how I do any kind of canvas piece. So, without further ado, I'm going to get started. Right now, I have the heat lamp on some preliminary paint, and I'll show you why. Okay. Okay, so the reason why I have the heat lamp on here is because I didn't do it last night. Now, what you have to think of with a plexiglass piece is the thinking from foreground to background when you're doing one side. And I'll show you why. Just hold in here. Heat lamp so that I stay warm. Okay, so I have some tape on here. Well, let's move this a little bit more. That's better. Okay, so I have some tape around the backside, and I've basically splattered some white, some metallic kind of camouflage color, and some black. And so this will be in the foreground when we see it. And kind of hard to see this way. Okay, well, you can kind of see how the splatters are on the beginning of the plexiglass. And that's because they're going to show up and all the paint's going to be on top of those. So where you can see through me is where the paint is going to be. Like for instance, if the color on my belly here was the painting, then you would see the splatters in front of the painting. The tape is on the back side just because it's easier to clean up. So what we'll do is we'll paint this, and then I'll turn it upside down, and then hopefully be able to turn it back, because I do two paintings, one on the side that we're going to make really cool, which is this side. And then on the other side, we're going to just kind of touch up and make sure that it's pretty cool too. So I know that the black is not completely dry on here, but, if I had some white board to put underneath it, I would. Maybe a piece of cardboard. That's not going to work very well either. Well, maybe you can see on the back some of the splatters a little bit better. Okay, so I'll wait. Now, I can't really use the house paints like I like to with this. I have to actually use real paints. So we got ours there. We got here. Oh, I wish I had more blue. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to give it some some spotted lines. So we're going to take the neon, but we're not going to do much. We're just going to do like kind of give it stripes along here. This is going to be a short broadcast because I have to do these while they're still wet. So we're going to do our highlighted part first. Just going to put some dots in here. Now those dots can pretty much stay where we put them. So we're going to put a lot of purple on there. Oh, but first we're going to put some of this metallic green. All the way out to the edges. Need a little bit more of these red dots. We're going to make a very purpley painting. You can see already. Maybe we could get a little bit of this blue as splatter on it. Not much. Oh, and I love to use the orange. This orange is magnificent. We're going to do I'm going to try to use as much neon as I can because it shows up really cool in the black light. Any place? Oh, down here. Like most of my paintings, it's gonna seem rather random. The chocolate. A little bit gold. Red. Now, I'm big into repurposing. So this piece of plexiglass used to be covering an old window that we had in the basement. We have since replaced all of our windows, hence we don't need this. This is still a pink, but it's a different color pink, and it's still neon. Well, I was up in Breckenridge, Colorado this week, trying to set up an art class that I hope to make like a twice a month thing up there. But we just couldn't get our wires connected right. I was hoping I had some more neon in here. Oh, this is a neon blue actually. So anyway, plexiglass from the window. So, I'm not gonna, there's a little bit scratched here and there, but not a real big deal. But still, don't like to use that. Okay, we got red. Oh, a little bit more yellow in there. Just dots. I want to make this very yellow. Although, I guess I'm in a good mood. I shouldn't be. The U.S. has ignored the Constitution. And yeah, I took constitutional law in school, in college, even in graduate school, and I know what's happening is just bloody wrong. Okay, just waiting to use this purple. Just make sure we get it. There's not any pieces yet. Now, instead of blending or mixing with these colors, I basically push them down with a brush. So kind of where they land on the plexiglass is where they're going to stay. So, making a lot of purple droplets. Because I'm in love with purple lately. I am not one to watch TV. I happened to pass my mother-in-law's TV, and she was watching, what is that show called? Family Feud. They had a question about name something purple. And I immediately blurted out, or something that starts with P. That's right. It was something that starts with P. So I was immediately screaming into the TV, purple. Could have been pink. And I like pink too. So any place. Like when I'm doing snowboards, the only thing that I can use is these more expensive paints. So let's take a look at this. Okay, this is what I'm seeing is a tic-tac-toe of color. I guess it's best against my shirt. Okay. So, then from there, I'm going to add it's going to make it really dark, but would it work really light? That's a good question. I might go in a different direction. Now this is house paint. That I'm using. It's much thinner consistency. So is this this lighter purple is also a very thin consistency. My son brought me home a really nice purple. So I guess one good thing that came out of February or January is that I lost 10 pounds. That's my goal. Actually trying to not lose more because I don't think that's would work for me. Okay, we're gonna try to fill in some of the paint this areas with white. Hopefully this light stuff is just going to end up as a kind of a cloudy entity on here. Not really that prevalent, that pervading, I guess. Pervading, invading. So my weight goal this year is to achieve 100 pounds for the year. So that means basically 10 pounds a month. And I know that I'll do it. It's not as lofty as a goal as it sounds, because I've done it before. See, I used to weigh 450 pounds. I never felt that heavy, but I've seen pictures. I was huge. Got pictures of me in Germany. It's incredible. So big. So big. But that year, 2013, I lost 160 pounds. Yeah. And so I'm no stranger to weight loss. So from 450, I dipped into 290, which was great. Did a lot of traveling back and forth to Europe a lot. And it was nice to be able to fit in airplane seats, believe it or not. At 290, it's quite possible. But at 350, 400 and whatever it was when I was in Germany, which is quite large. It is not possible to travel comfortably. Okay, now for the funner part. I don't like that brush. I like that one even less. This brush it is. Okay, let's see what we're looking at under here. Okay, kind of neat. Okay, now we just mush them into place. So, do like this. And what ends up on the other side is just a matter of experience. I've done enough of these to know that it's going to be pretty cool. If I left this thing like this on this side, it would take about 2 weeks to dry. Yeah, it might just take 2 weeks to dry. We can pour some off when we're done, because what's ever on the plexiglass side is not going to come off. So we could pour like all of this off, and on the other side of the plexiglass, it's not going to really become effective. Affected. And you don't have to go in a circular color by any means, or a circular smush pattern. Going side by side, very eclectic-like, or all I'm really trying to do is mush all those paintings without spreading them out. Because if you brush regular, you're just going to spread all that stuff out. You're going to end up with a really weird other side. It's just going to look gray. It's not going to be neat at all. And when I'm done with this, take a peek underneath it and see where else I need to mush down or mush harder, or if I just need to mush the whole thing harder. Like I said, I don't like using house paints, but I do like repurposing. And these house paints are all repurposed. In fact, my son went and grabbed 2 gallons of purple for me from a lady in Highlands Ranch who put them up on Reddit or something. I don't know how my son found it, but he found it, and she sold us 2 gallons for $1. So hey, those are 2 gallons that were just going to waste on her shelf. Watch, we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be absolute crap. I don't think so, though. I think it's gonna be really neat. But you never know. Sometimes you do crap. And crap is okay. Crap is okay. Usually what I think is crap, people love the most. I'll get that. Crap and things that are black. You know, gray and dark blue. Just when I'm in a pissy mood. Okay. Let's see how we're doing over here. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I don't even know that I need to do any work at all. Okay, let's see if I can show this to you nicely. Move the studio lights in a little bit. I think you're gonna like this. Let's make sure I don't drop it. Holy shit, that would suck. Okay, now I will pull this tape off when it's all done. But look at that. Boy, I don't think you can see it in those lights. Maybe we have to take the lights away. Maybe we'll turn the lights all the way off. Let's see. I don't know if you can really see that well. Maybe with all the lights off, and if I drag everything closer, here we go. Try this again. There you go, kind of a colorful marbling effect. And I'm just gonna hold it up here for a second. Now, this tape's gonna come off, but I'm gonna let some of this paint drip down. Too much paint for me to do. And you can see as this paint drips off the side, it isn't changing anything on the plexiglass side. It would change if I mushed it around some more. Oh, there's an even better way to look at it. You can see where we went darker purple on the one side. Okay, here's what I am going to do. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to set it on this rack. Now you can see why I put the tape on this side. Then clean off my hands a little bit. Give it another position. Paint everywhere. You can hear it dripping. Okay, I'll try to get in there, move the camera right over it, then maybe you can see it. Yeah, I'll post it when it's done. There, is that better? I can't see the monitor. We'll see a little bit of streaking on those lighter colors. But you can see the splatter that I put down at first. That's pretty cool. It stayed in place because it was dry. The rest of this is just blends. So now, I sure as heck don't want to put this on the same rack or else I'll get all kinds of paint on there. So let's grab a second rack. Move this rack as close as I can to the wall. Here we go. Okay, now I do not. So that thing continues to drip, but we're going to use that to our advantage. Now we're going to play with the other side and make a completely different painting out of it. Put it on a dry rack. Okay. Gotta move it out. Dropping it. And I call it like a record. Like that other side, that was side B. Ew, let's let this drip a little bit more. Now let's give it a minute. I want to get some of that thick paint off so that I can play with the paint that's left. That's kind of cool, isn't it? I have an idea. Usually what I'd do at this point is I'd take and I'd go, it's kind of cool. That's what I do normally. And so then that like swirls and gives some texture to it. Let's see how it's reacting on the other side though. Make sure I'm not screwing anything up. Nope, not screwing anything up. I'm not pushing down and swirling, but you know, let's add some more color to it. I kind of like the way it's streaking down. That's kind of neat. Oh, look at that. That flipped over. Oh, we don't want that tape on there. Okay. No harm, no foul. I know. I got rid of a bunch of paint and now I'm putting it back on. Because basically, this is a whole new painting. The one on the other side is pretty much done because unless we squish down on it hard, we're not going to be able to do anything to it. Like where it was darker over here. Get some gold and some silver in there. Then some white. We'll be good to go. It's like I could almost leave it that way, huh? But I'm not going to. Let's get rid of this mess. Want to do the plexiglass here because when I do the plexiglass, anywhere else, it's just way too messy. Oh no, I got paint on the floor. That's silly. If that was a problem, I would have gotten in trouble a long time ago. I put cardboard down just so that I can move the wet paint off of there. So oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Boy, that looks familiar, huh? Yeah, we could keep going with this and make ourselves a what I call a sober Jackson Pollock. Let's see. Let's add layers to it. Why not? Jackson Pollock did the same thing, but a macro version, because he used brushes and not his hands. He probably used his hands too. As a matter of fact, I think I saw a thing where he used everything. There's another reason why I couldn't do this anywhere else, because they would get mad at how much I messed up their room. Okay, so we're gonna do Jackson Pollocky. No, we're gonna stay away from earth tones. We're gonna keep it bright as hell. So, bright as hell. Bright as hell. Okay, I got some bright as hell. And this is where, as the artist, you have the freedom to change up your plans. So I like this because of the pour that we did. So it adds a little bit of complexity underneath it. And this paint's a little thick. I think we'll only be able to get splatter out of it. Well, I was wrong. Able to get nice lines out of it. You can't really tell, I think, but this is actually just a light purple. If you haven't watched any movies about Jackson Pollock, you are missing out because he was fantastic. Okay, now, I always love space themes. So that's why I like purples and blues. Love that. I need a darker blue. It's a nice thing about having 100 colors sitting in here. Change up your mind at any time. Oh, those are nice. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. I think I'm going to use some of these new colors, thanks to my son Jeffrey, who sneakily sent me on a fool's errand. So he told me about this lady giving away this paint for $1, but she's clear over by my art storage, which is about a half hour, and I just didn't have time yesterday, so I had to tell her I got to pass. And my son and his girlfriend snuck over there for me. And here we go. Here's what I want. Gold and silver. So anyway, they snuck over there, gave the lady $2. Oh, look at that. What a nice metallic it is. Yeah, perfect. I usually spend a lot of money to get a good metallic gold. Ooh, this is thick. This hasn't been used for a while. Anyway, so this lady had the 2 gallons for $1 each, something like that. And then when I was texting her, telling her I can't come over, she was saying, well, I have these metallics on my shelf. Seems like a bad thing to waste them, because I told her I was an artist and that I use pretty much all colors, and she was really cool. And so then I told her, I can't come over. And so then my son, without telling me, he went and picked them up. Oh, I love this gold. So I guess I had told him that I didn't have time to go pick him up. Either way, he was at the gym, which is relatively close. I'm going to go a little bit more intense in the middle, just because this is such a cool color. So there you got blend, you got splatter, you got drip. Wow, this is like an all-inclusive paint day. Pretty cool. And to help, whoa, what a beautiful silver. Help the day along. What time is it? Oh, we've just been taping for an hour. Well, if you're not following along with me or watching this in retrospect, I guess, then boy, this really needs to be put on the mixer. Take it over to my friendly Ace Hardware. Ooh, Ace Hardware plug. Where they can put it on the shaker and get all of this out of here. Yeah, this thing's going to take forever to dry. Huh. The plexiglass is buckled there. There's my silvers. I don't know. Should we pay a little bit of attention to our original color? Bring it down a little bit. I think so. Seems awfully lonely over here. This will give us back some of the original intent. Yeah. Okay, I'm liking that. You know what that means? That just needs some white and some black. Finish this off. Let's clean our hands off some more. Yeah. Biggest problem with black is it gets all over my hands. All over my hands. So we'll go with white first. Geez, that was supposed to be an easy idea. Okay, white. Could almost not see that yellow and that pink I put on there. Yeah, I thought it was going to be pretty persuasive too. Ooh, this paint is cold. Now this, as opposed to the other side, is much more how I feel today. It's a little bit angry. It's a little bit angry. Which is, I guess, how I am. I just hate to see the United States giving this much power to a president. And it's not just this president. I mean, people have to remember, you could have a President Bernie Sanders that starts inflicting his social agenda, whether you like it or not, he will be able to just do it with executive orders. Just do it without impunity, because now Donald Trump and the Republicans have given the president ridiculous amounts of power. It's going to come down. It's going to come back. It's going to bite everybody in the ass. Okay, this is the grand finish here. Excuse me. I think this black is what's giving me rashes on my hands. So the idea is whoever owns this can hang it on one side, or they can hang it on the other side. Whoop, whoop. 2 paintings in one. I think it's a great deal. I think I should be charging $2 per square inch for these. Let's see. We'll total up how much it is on the market today. Might surprise you, because it is $1 a square inch right now, but I am increasing that this year. Yay! The market will hold. Okay, so this is 20 by 32. So 20 by 32. So 20 by 32 is $640 if it's $1 square inch. It's a bargain. It's got 2 sides. The price that I'd normally charge for this, which is going back to probably in March, this would be $1,280. And I think that that is what the market will bear for me. Sold 2 paintings this week, so that's nice. Okay. Let's see if I can show. Oh, you can kind of see it. That's pretty cool. Okay. Next week, I'm going to use my wife's camera. It's a lot nicer. So, I already know what I'm going to call it, because it kind of transcends what I'm feeling like. So, I hereby name thee go. Oh, still can't see me. I am going to name the Purple Monster. Yay! Ah. Anyway, thank you for spending Saturday morning with me. I think it's awesome, and I hope you've had a good time. If not, go through it and fast forward because it's really cool to see it go. I dig that. So I am glad that you joined me, or I'm glad that you watch this later. I am now going to be calling this channel I am not Bob Ross, which is funny because those websites were available. I own not only ChristopherSharits.com, but I also own Not Monet. How is that available? And then I own Not Bob Ross. I don't believe it. And then I also bought I Am Not Bob Ross. How are these things available? But they're available. They either filter straight to my website, although I'm going to put on the Not Bob Ross, probably on there, I'm Not Bob Ross. I am going to put all of my live videos, not the regular videos, but just the live ones. They are also on my YouTube channel, which you obviously made it to, which is Christopher Sharits. So, since it is now 1:08, almost 1:9, I am going to say goodbye to you for another week. I'll see you in Breckenridge next week. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching.